The director and the starring performer of Supersize Me passed away at 53. And a lot of people are circling back around to his story and his documentary, which was basically he ate McDonald's every day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner for a month, and then reported his results. And the results were bad, obviously, and it led to a lot of controversy because, you know, people brought him in his normal life, and I guess he was like an alcoholic and such like that. But they were doing everything they could to possibly downplay that McDonald's wasn't as bad as it was touted out to be in the Supersize Me film.
I remember that. What must have been 20 years ago?
Yeah, actually, exactly 20 years ago, 2004. He ate like 5,000 to 55,000 calories a day. Gained 25 pounds in a month. Didn't exercise at all. Yeah, it says he had depression because of it, but another person tried out the same exact, like a lot of people replicated that.
Yeah, before YouTube became a phenomenon, because now people do stuff like that on YouTube all the time.
All the time.
Right.
It's like challenges.
Like if I put out my diet and then 100 people say, where did the Dr. Reese diet?
Yeah.
Right, that's what they do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So before YouTube was going on, this documentary spread like wildfire.
Yeah.
I remember it.
It was actually the reason McDonald's shut down their whole Supersize Me program, because it used to be like a thing where it was like Supersize.
Right. Supersize Me.
Everything was Supersize, and they took it out because they started to get heat.
Right.
And then, I don't know, now like people hate him for it. Like they're like, this guy's he's a liar. They're trying to like show that he's doing all of these, like he was lying about everything and all the results were skewed. But mind you, this is over 1 month.
Right.
People are trying to like predict the health crisis that McDonald's can cause on you in 1 month. Right. That's not enough time at all.
No.
And I just think it's just sad. I mean,
well, you know, he just passed away at a very young age from the sea monster.
Mm-hmm.
What type of sea monster? I don't know. But we know the sea monster comes from free radical damage.
Yeah.
Free radical damage comes from the poor four foods: gluten, oil, fried and fake, 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 gluten, oil, fried and fake. And McDonald's has a lot of that.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that 1 month is what did it, but you know, when you eat the poor four foods, you're going in the wrong direction. I think the bigger thing is how McDonald's got such bad publicity off of it, but they're fine now. And these big corporations, they can take these blows.
Yeah.
And they probably have a crisis attorney or some sort of fixer that's on payroll that just, you know, the public relations person that just goes to town and fixes it all up. And, you know, McDonald's is alive and well. There's not much that can bring it down. Same with Burger King, same with Wendy's, same with Taco Bell. Nothing's bringing these places down. It's on us to say no.
Yeah.
And it doesn't require any discipline. Just drive past it. You know what fast food joints are great for?
What?
They're bathrooms. Because there's always a fast food joint around. And if you're driving and you got to use the bathroom, you can always stop at Burger King and, you know, do what you need to do. Always. If anyone's a traveler, you know that. There's always fast food joints that you can stop and use the bathroom. But you don't want to eat their food. Our fast food is scrambled eggs. Or some boiled burgers. Muckies. Meat cookies.
Muckies.
Got the muckies. or even something simple like a Larabar or an apple or an orange or a handful of grapes. This is fast food, not McDonald's, Wendy's, or Taco Bell. It's a really, really bad decision.
I do want to like put out there that trans fats at one point in the middle of the 20th century were known as the alternative for saturated fats. So
That's wild.
it's extremely wild. And so this is why I don't believe anything that they say mainstream. They're like, no, this is really good. This is actually good.
And we know now that trans fats are just one of the worst things you can consume.
Completely turned around. Who gets blamed for it? Nobody. Who was the person taking the blame when they're like, oh, yeah, we're just going to take out trans fats now? That's actually bad.
Right.
Nothing happens to these organizations, and then we still consume. Everybody's like, we're stuck in this. Well, not all of us, obviously, not you guys in the chat and people listening, but the majority of us are in this mindset to where we have like short-term memory loss.
Yeah.
It's like
we forget what they said was good.
Yeah.
And then said, oops, are bad.
Yeah. And then switch it out.
Well, cigarettes is another one.
Exactly.
Now, if anyone's my age or older, you remember cigarettes being very, very normal. You remember cigarettes in airports. You remember cigarettes in malls. You remember cigarettes in the doctor's office. If you're even older, you remember doctors smoking cigarettes while you're in your appointment.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, oops, are bad.
Yeah.
And they made it law that cigarettes can no longer be advertised. They didn't get rid of them. They just made it so that they cannot be advertised. But McDonald's and Wendy's and Taco Bell, it's all fair game to be advertised, even though it does the same thing as cigarettes. It causes free radical damage.
Yeah.
You know?
If not worse. I mean, you brought up a point to where you compared a bag of French fries to a pack of cigarettes. What would cause more damage?
Yeah. It's always oops are bad. Another one, which isn't a food, is asbestos. They used to make buildings with asbestos. You might be surprised to know the Pentagon was built with asbestos. And when they figured out it was bad, they revamped the entire United States Pentagon. And they had to take the asbestos out of the Pentagon.
Big task.
Big task.
Big task.
Our money.
Yeah, all tax money. So human beings are constantly trying things and then 20 years later being like, oops, are bad. It's constant. It's all the way around. We haven't even got the cell phones yet.
Mm-hmm.
And Wi-Fi. We haven't even got there yet. People are saying EMF, but there's going to come a time when there's the oops are bad with a lot of things. And if McDonald's and Wendy's and Taco Bell and all these fast food joints, if they weren't putting money into the politics, into the lobbying,
Yeah,
then they might get a oops are bad too. But they're paying to play because they're donating money. Where do college basketball players get noticed for the NBA? The McDonald's tournament.
mm-hmm.
The McDonald's tournament. Everyone knows the McDonald's tournament. Coca-Cola is everywhere, you know. Or the Super Bowl halftime show for so many years was sponsored by Pepsi. So when these big corporations, when they can donate to something, they can put their money to something, they hold the power. So it's a hierarchy. Capitalism. It's on us to say, no, it's on us to not do that.
One step at a time.
at some point it's going to become unattractive, just like cigarettes. Just like cigarettes.
I mean, another thing to point out is when I was in high school, all of us were working at fast food places, regardless, fast food, whatever. And
You worked at a fast food joint?
no,
Okay.
absolutely not. But it's just like, retail and, customer service industry. But I noticed that all of the, like every single person that worked at one of those fast food restaurants never ate there again.
Right.
Because it's dirty, it's nasty. They don't care about you. So
Right.
why would you want to eat someplace that doesn't care about, like?
Well, you'll also notice that a lot of rappers or ball players or when they want to make some good investments, they buy a fast food franchise.
True. Easy money.
Easy money. It's legal cocaine.
Yeah, no, food is
Legal
the new
crack.
drug. It's the new crack. It's the epidemic. Like,
Yeah. Chris Brown owns Burger Kings.
I didn't know that. That's crazy.
Rick Ross owns Wingstops and Checkers, which is a burger joint.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of professional athletes that own McDonald's, Burger Kings, Taco Bells. It's the new drug. You set up shop on the corner of Main Street and you give high school kids, $13 an hour or whatever minimal wage is now, and it just starts making money automatically. Because it's brand. These are brands. Like, you can't come out with a fast food joint. If you wanted to come out with a fast food joint, there's no room.
At all. Yeah.
Sean's Burger Joint isn't going to beat McDonald's or Wendy's.
Jumpstart your head-to-toe healing journey with the Dr. Reese book trilogy. Peace Over Pain is the cult classic that explains how head-to-toe healing works and how the medical monopoly doesn't. Reverse the Cause lays out the root causes to over 60 chronic conditions. And Dinner with Dr. Reese is a unique cookbook that contains 100 recipes without the destructive pour for foods. Together, all 3 books set you on a path to head-to-toe healing. Get yours today on Amazon, Audible, or peaceoverpain.com. Also, if you'd like to ask a question, tune in every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern for Dr. Reese Live.